Now let's simulate a thunderstorm and let's see what happens to our fish here. Thunderstorm going in 3, 2, 1. All right guys, it is finally here. We just got the package in. This is a huge light, a 48-inch light by LuminPacific. They're sponsoring today's video. And apparently it has the capacity to simulate a thunderstorm. Now it won't make it rain or anything like that, but it does have like some lighting effects that can kind of set the mood for a thunderstorm. So we're gonna unbox this thing and then we're gonna put it on a tank I just set up 3 weeks ago, give you what's happened since the build and test this guys out. So let's dive into it. Alright guys, we're here in the fish room because I have a lot more light and I couldn't get the camera to see the unboxing. So we're going to open up this light, take a look at it, and then we're going to put it on the tank in the living room, simulate that lightning storm function that it has, and see how it compares to a generic aquarium light that I currently have on there. Alright, so this is the box. It looks to be well packaged. I like that they say the dirty tank on here, so we know this is for me. So let's go ahead and open this guy up and get to the good stuff. That took a bit to take off. All right, let's get this thing open, see what we have. Guys, this thing is well packaged. Like, if you get a light from them and it's broken, like something really had to happen. Because this thing, look at this packaging. We got this like air stuff. We got foam in here. This has to be the light. More tape. Guys, I'm getting excited just looking at this thing. Look at this guy. Look at this puppy here. Beautiful boxing. This is, I'm guessing, is what the light will look like when I open it. So this is the SlimSky. Really cool. It looks like it has 3 presets. If we take a look at the back here, we have the full spectrum for plants. We got the spectrum to fish to make some of the colors on the fish pop. And then it looks like we have dynamic effect storm. I want to test this thing out. Simulate a thunderstorm. This is going to be awesome. Now, this one consumes 36 watts for those interested in kind of the technicals of the electricity usage. It has a remote. Looks like there's 184 LEDs, which is good. Let's see. Lumen. 2,850 lumens, lifetime hours, was that 50,000 hours? I guess that's alright, I'm not sure. Oh, and here's a couple more other specs on it too. So if we look over here, we see that it's aluminum, which is cool, waterproof, and then on the edges it has this non-slip silicone pad. So it would even work for the rimless tanks. Love it. Alright, let's open them up. Oh, in the package we have a nice looking remote. Okay, cool. Of course we have the light. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Oh, it feels dense. It feels like metal, guys. Love it. This is the cord. Oh, these are the stands, or the legs, so that it can attach to the tank. Alright, well, let's get out all the guides. Here's the other leg, it fell out. Oh, these are beautiful, guys. This part right here, this is a hard plastic, but this is aluminum or some kind of metal. It looks pretty good. I can see the non-slick pads here, kind of rubberized. So you can definitely use it on a rimless aquarium as well. Guys, it comes with a polishing cloth. This is funny. This is so that this is a gift designed to clean the light source surface of the lamp. You can wipe away stains with a polishing cloth moistened with water. Dude, Guys, this is the first light that I bought that has a cloth to take care of the LED side. Really cool. I wonder how well this works on like cleaning the aquarium glass, because it feels like really textured, better than microcloth is what we have here. And then it has the user manual. If it's really complicated, I'll pull this guy out. All right, let's take a look at the light itself. Oh, guys. Oh, look how thin it is. Guys. All right, I'm actually kind of impressed. Like already, this is definitely some kind of aluminum. You see how thin the profile is? Super thin. And it's actually really beautiful. Like, this is a good looking light. Like, just to give you a look at how thin this is, what do I have? Let me see, escaping tool. We should know what escaping tool looks like. Like, it's thinner than the width of the escaping tool. Like, that's crazy. Really interested to see if this thing's actually bright though. 36 watts should be fairly bright. I can see a ton of LEDs. This thing's really well built. If we look at the end, we can see that it has, I guess, a remote to turn it on and off, some instructions of what the LED indicators mean on the back. And then if you lose the manual, you got a QR code right there that you can scan, which is cool. So let's go ahead and put this guy on. Oh, I'm loving it. Look at the design on this thing. They thought of everything, guys. All right, so you know how you have the legs for your light, right? And then the cord sticking out. Well, you can't push it in anymore because the cord's there, but these guys thought of everything. Look at that little notch. There's a little notch there so that the cord can fit in. So if you do need to close it all the way, it just becomes seamless, right? Love that. Love the attention to detail. Putting the other one on now. It's looking fabulous. All right, we're gonna plug it in, see what it looks like just here, and then we're gonna bring it to the tank. All right, let's see how long the actual, oh, that's a decent length. You want at least a 6-foot cord, preferably an 8-foot cord. Some lights that they make really cheaply, they only give like a 4-foot cord. It's really hard to make that work unless you have an extension cord, which gets annoying if you buy something else just to use your product. This one's a decent size. This is probably like a 6-foot one, so not super long, but definitely more than 4 feet, which is good. All right, so we're gonna plug this guy in, and we're gonna see how bright it gets. All right, we just plugged it in. Oh, it just turned on. Guys, I'm getting excited. Oh, I feel like I'm holding a lightsaber. This feels like a lightsaber right now. Oh, all right, let's see what the button does. Let's see if I press it. All right, it's on green, so green is just on. Red is off. Green's on. All right, you can only use on and off on the remote. So, or on the handheld thing that's part of the cord. I think the rest of the functionality has to be done on the remote. So let me open up this guy, and then we'll see what happens. All right, looks like it takes 2 AAA batteries, not included. A LuminPacific, you need to put AAA batteries with your stuff. Luckily I have some. All right guys, we finally found some AAA batteries. It took me like 20 minutes just running around the house trying to find some. LuminPacific so far, everything looks amazing. You gotta include some batteries. All right, let's see what this thing does. All right, so it is now on. You can set the timer on the remote, it looks like. Let's see, the remote should turn it off. It does, back on, love it. I can make, this is the thunder, let me see. Ah, interesting. That's our lightning thunder. All right, let me go to dark to night mode. Turn it off, back on, go to all Mac. And now we'll do spectrum. This is the fish preset. This is the plant preset. Looks like it has more red and pink in it. It's hard to see unless you look at fringe edges. And they say red, you really need red whenever you want something to flower. I guess that makes sense. And this thing, it looks like I can also adjust each of the RGB and white, so the color. So if I want less white, I just press the minus button, getting rid of all the white. I want less blue, getting rid of all the blue. Let's see, only green, increase the green, get rid of the red. Interesting, this thing's like green now. I don't know if that's showing up, but it's really green. If I get rid of the green, I can put red on. There you go, got rid of blue. The red's on. You see the red reflecting? Really cool. This makes it really easy to customize the light. I had another light brand. It was way complicated to customize. This makes it easy. I can turn them all back on with a click of one button, and then I can manually dial back each of these colors in the plus or minus button. Super easy to use. Let's go ahead and put it on the tank and compare this one to a budget one on Amazon. All right, here's the setup. We can see the emerald corridoras. I think they're in breeding mode. They're like going all over the place. They're gonna lay some eggs soon, I know it. All the males are chasing around the female, and they're looking for a spot to lay eggs. They're really chunky, so some eggs are coming, I know it. But let's look at the lighting situation. So up here I have the old reliable night crew light. Really good budget light that you can find on Amazon, but it wasn't enough. I had to supplement with this shop light, and you don't want a shop light on your display tank, right? You can have it in the fish room, but not your display tank. So I'm gonna take that light off. I'm gonna put the LuminPacific one on here, see how it compares to this one, and then we're gonna simulate a thunderstorm for these guys. I know corridoras, they normally breed after a water change, and if it's gonna storm outside, I know that has more to do with pressure than anything, but let's see what the thunderstorm does for these guys. All right guys, time to install the light. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited. Like, this thing feels like a really high quality light. It looks fairly bright, has a lot of cool customizations, and it was fairly easy to set up. I mean, a light shouldn't be difficult, right? You just plug it in and plop it on the top, and this light is no different at all. Look at the difference between the Night Crew light, the budget light, and the LuminPacific light. It looks so sleek. It's so much thinner than the Night Crew light. This light is looking really, really good. Now let's test it out. All right, guys, let's go ahead and turn this guy on. Oh, I just turned him off. Now he's on. Look at that. That's on. And that is off. And this one's on. Not too bad. Let's see. So this is going to be the spectrum for fish. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a fish icon there. So I'll let you know this is the best one for making the colors on your fish pop. Let's go ahead and change it and see if that's the case. This one's for plants. This one's for fish. Plants, fish. Let me zoom out a little bit. So let's do it again. So that one's for plants. It has like a red hue. This one's for fish. This has like blue-green hue. I kind of like the fish one. I do. I like that blue-green hue. All right, we're gonna start from 100% off. Let's turn this guy on. There we go. That is max brightness. And now let's simulate a thunderstorm and let's see what happens to our fish here. Let me zoom in a wee bit. All right, thunderstorm going in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Guys. Dude, this is really cool. Guys, the thunder and lightning, I guess just the lightning feature is really, really cool. Now, I left it on for a little bit. I'm not going to show how long I left it on because it'd be kind of boring just watching that. But this thing, I don't think it stops until you tell it to stop. Maybe there's like a 10, 15, 30 hour timer. I'm not sure. I have to read the instructions or email the company. But once you put it on the lightning mode, it doesn't have a countdown. It seems like it just keeps doing it. So I eventually had to turn it off, but this thing was pretty cool. I think the next time it thunderstorms outside, I'm going to press the button, see how it goes, because it's really cool watching the effects go off. And I don't know. These fish were probably born and raised in a tank, so they probably don't know what lightning is yet. But if any of these did come from the wild, then I think they'll be familiar with it. But the lightning mode is really cool. It has some randomization, so it's not the same, kind of routine over and over again. Really cool mode here. Let's test out the others. Now, I also wanted to test out it also has a timing function. So if you look at the screen here, you can see that it has what time it is. That is off, so you can preset or change it, right? So you can have it go to the right time. It's like a 24-hour clock format, which makes it pretty easy. You don't got to worry about AM or PM. You just move up to whatever time you're at in a 24-hour time format there. So I'm setting mine up, and then once you have the clock set up, well, you can also set up the timer. Now, the way the timer works is like a ramp up of sunrise and a ramp down for sunset. So you can edit when you want the sunrise. Mine is currently set for 8 a.m. May change that, haven't decided. And then my sunset is set for 1700, which is 5 p.m. I probably will change it. I'll probably set it for 6 a.m. and then like a 7 or 8 p.m. sunset, and see how that will work. But guys, take a look at it on the tank, right? It's so sleek. It looks really good. Low profile. It's going to look good on a display tank. So I'm really liking this light from the get-go. If we take a look at the night crew light, it's off now, but you can kind of see the LEDs at the bottom. They do have a good bit there. Let's compare it to the LuminPacific. The thin profile. This is just a beautiful looking light. I'm really liking what I have so far, and it seems fairly bright as well. And although it's fairly narrow, it does a good job at projecting it across the tank, so you still get a good bit of light across the board. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you guys next time.